What's up, Savages? As always, I'm in middle.
And I'm Mark.
This is Savage MMA Show.
Yeah, taking all the other podcasts to the deep water since, about a month and a half ago.
About a month ago, episode number 9.
That's right.
Before we start things, I'd like to give a shout out to all the new followers we picked up recently.
Going worldwide.
Worldwide. Shout out to all of our Savages in Canada, the UK, Finland, Sweden, Australia.
So
Anybody? Oh, Costa Rica. If I'm forgetting anybody else, my bad.
all over.
Yeah, when you guys follow us, hit us up on Twitter too, at Savage MMA Show on Twitter. Send us a message and we'll give you some love on the podcast for all of our new listeners.
100%.
Man, so we got some other news coming up on the Savage Show. We're going to be coming back with Savage Live watch along fight companion video. We're not going to be able to do it for this upcoming pay-per-view, Nunes versus Pennington. I'm going to be out of town.
I mean, we don't really want to anyways.
Yeah, but we're going to come back in June for that June card. I think it's June the 9th, something like that.
Robert Whitaker
versus Joe Romero, number 2. We'll come back with a live video. We'll have some other MMA friends with us there, probably. We'll try to. And then May 19th, about 2.5 weeks from now, by popular demand, it's the return of the Savage Sideshow.
Savage Sideshow.
The most popular show we've done today. So we're going to bring it back with our buddy Justin, ex-Marine, did some time in the middle.
Very interesting.
Dude's got stories for days.
It's the Talladega Trio.
Oh yeah, that's our boy we go to Talladega with. Tons of stories. That should be a fun podcast.
Looking forward to it.
So man, the only action we had this week was that Bellator card.
Bellator 198, yeah, let me get that out here.
Fedor,
the last emperor.
last emperor.
He still got it.
Somewhat.
I mean, where Frank Mir just
I
doesn't have it.
don't know, man. We'll find out in a couple of weeks.
We will.
Well, not a couple of weeks. I'm not sure when that fight's going to be.
It's a couple months from now.
It's going to be a while because they're still.
They keep that shit.
They still got King Mo versus
spread
Fedor
out big time
in that first round.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start off the 198 main card with, as I like to call him, Dylan Delusional Dennis, going toe to toe with Kyle Walker.
I call him Dylan the dickhead.
Yeah, man. He, did you like my toe to toe reference?
Toe to toe. I did like that. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So,
You want to tell him about
he was throwing down a lot of submission attempts. That was a nice attempt at a knee bar.
it? Yeah. He was all over the place.
He rolled it over. I didn't really roll it over. Got him in a toe hold, I think, at the end.
It was a toe hold. Toe to toe hold.
I don't know, man.
It's your first fight.
It's his first
Your
fight.
first professional Bellator fight.
Sure, he's got grappling skills.
Yeah.
He's a jiu-jitsu stud.
Yeah.
Didn't show any stand-up.
He's also outside his fucking box.
So, I think there's more to talk about here with his comments than the actual fight. The fight was pretty short.
So, I don't know if you saw, the after, I think he had won the fight maybe 40 minutes after they were trying to kill some time.
Are you talking about the second interview?
Yes. They're talking about how he was the main reason why this card is such a big deal.
He said that in the first interview, too. He said,
outside his fucking mind, man.
what did he say? I took this card on my back and made this the second biggest card in history.
Had nothing to do with Fedor.
I'm going to guess the biggest card in the history of Bellator was the other Fedor Mitrione, the NYC
I'd say so.
card.
Yeah, was that the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably number one.
I want to say that Dylan Dash, you didn't have anything to do with this card being like that.
No, he's delusional. That's why I call him Delusional Dennis.
This card was stacked with Bellator talent, and it was a good showcase for Bellator. I don't know what they usually pull in numbers-wise, but I did see the numbers today.
And what they have.
I think it was 571 continuous watchers, plus people that ducked in and out. On Paramount, plus, I don't know, was this thing on, I think it said it's 100-some thousand on another channel as well.
Oh, really?
I don't know what other channel it was on, but
I don't know. I just thought it was on Paramount.
I don't know if those are giant numbers or not for Bellator, but that seems pretty big.
Yeah, not bad.
I feel like the average UFC things pulling in 2 million on the ones that are on FS1 or follows
for sure.
between 1 and 2 million. So that's approaching a million. That's over 600, close to 700,000.
Yeah, not bad.
But I think Fedor versus Frank Mir may have had something to do with that.
I mean, I think it might have a little bit something to do with it. Yeah,
How long have we been waiting to see those two dudes scrap?
a long time.
I mean, that's a fight that we
Kind of wish I would have seen it way back, but
maybe
it's what it is.
15 years ago.
Yeah, maybe like a decade ago.
It's okay though, man.
So yeah, so Dylan Dennis proceeded to call out our boy Michael Chandler
Well, no, in the post fight he called out Ben
and
Askren.
Ben Askren. Well, yeah, he called them both out, like later on.
Oh, okay.
He,
You're 1-0, dude. You have no business calling out Ben
Michael
Askren.
Chandler should be the champion. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like, he lost his Bellator on a bullshit freak injury.
He did. And as far as Ben Askren goes,
Yeah.
the fight they're talking about with Ben Askren is Roy McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no reason he would fight Dylan Dennis.
No.
He's semi-retired. He's undefeated.
You haven't established yourself enough to actually make demands.
Why would Ben Askren risk his, career undefeated number against a guy that is nobody?
No.
He's one MMA fight.
Michael Chandler would eat him alive.
Why would Michael Chandler take a fight with Dylan Dennis?
Michael Chandler shouldn't take
There's
any
no
fight
reason.
to the championship.
There's no reason, even if it's not, there's no reason for him to fight Dylan Dennis because
No.
best case scenario, you beat a guy that only has one MMA fight. So what if he runs his mouth? So what if he's got a bunch of social media?
Exactly. So, are we done with Dylan Dennis?
Well, not really.
You want to move on to the next fight?
Yeah, we'll go on through the card and we'll talk we'll talk in the news more about Dylan Dennis because he was talking shit again on Ariel Helwani today.
Who was the next fight? Was it Sanchez and Cecilia?
No, that was the co-main.
So it was Neiman Gracie and Javier Torres?
Maybe.
It doesn't. I don't give a shit. We're gonna go in whatever order we decide to go into right here.
Okay, we had Naaman Gracie.
We'll go Neiman Gracie versus Javier Torres, and Neiman won with an arm triangle in the second round.
Yeah, head and arm.
It's the only one that made it out of the first round.
Head and arm choke. So he's still undefeated, Naaman Gracie.
Yep.
And that Torres dude, I didn't understand what was going on in parts of that fight because when Gracie had him on the ground, he had both of his legs, had both of Torres' legs, and Torres is yelling at the ref like, he's got his hands up like he's not doing anything.
Yeah,
Stand us up. I didn't really understand what was going on.
Yeah, it was confusing.
I didn't understand what was going on there. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Because it looked like Gracie was working those legs, but Torres was acting like nothing was going on, and he wasn't really being hurt from that.
Mm-hmm. I just think Gracie was just above his skill set. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like an exposure sort of thing. Wasn't it? What was Torres' win-loss record?
Torres, I don't know.
Can't remember. I thought it was either horrible or it was really, really good. I can't remember which one we're talking about.
I don't remember. I think he's been in and out of, different promotions and stuff for a while.
So, I mean, did we get right on every single one of these?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we went 100% this week. Alright, so the next one, we're just going to call it the next one. Emmanuel Sanchez defeated Sam Cecilia by an arm triangle.
That was the co-main event.
Okay.
What, dude, he was hype after that
He
win.
was like super excited.
Calling out everybody.
Yeah, he called out basically the whole entire world. He was over the top on
The Matador era starts now.
He started screaming random bullshit.
I couldn't even understand some of the stuff he was screaming.
I couldn't either.
So he is probably getting the winner of Patricio Pitbull.
That's what it sounds like.
Who's he fighting? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But for that title, he was impressive, man.
He was. My favorite submission, though, was Lovato. We're going to get to that one right here.
Yeah, I really liked that too.
Rafael Lovato Jr. and Gerald. I think Harris was a replacement. He was supposed to fight.
He was a replacement.
He was supposed to fight.
Oh, John Salter.
Salter. Yeah, he was supposed to fight Salter, but there was I think Salter got hurt last minute, and they replaced him. They put Gerald Harris in the match, and then Gerald Harris got tapped out by like a vicious reverse armbar.
He rolled it over, switched arms.
Woo. It was nice. I really like that.
And it was interesting too. Lovato tried to stand with him, and the way it got to the ground was he missed a flying knee and slipped.
Yeah.
Lovato's the real deal, man.
Oh God, yeah.
And he looks. Is it just me, or does he look huge in that division?
Yeah, he's a big dude for that weight class.
I think he's a middleweight. Yeah, he's a big dude in that weight class.
Oh, I think it was a catchweight.
No, I think he's a middleweight.
Yeah, but I think this fight was for a catchweight fight.
Yeah, I mean,
because they were just trying to make
short
sure
notice that happens a lot.
God, that was a nasty armbar though.
It was.
His arm in half.
Lovato's still undefeated. He's working his way up towards a title shot.
See, I liked how he handled his post-fight. He didn't really call anybody out.
What a difference between his post-fight and
He
Sanchez.
basically was like, yeah, I'll fight, well, and Danis.
And fuck Danis.
It was ridiculous.
Fuck his post-fight.
I mean,
I
I know when you're excited, you say stupid. Like, I'm sure.
No, dude, he was calm about it though.
He was premeditated what he was planning on saying. He
Yeah.
knew he was going to win the fight, and he was wanting to get himself very much known by talking shit like everybody else in the fucking MMA world does now.
Wait till he fights somebody that hits him hard.
God, he'll get crushed. I mean, one fight, man. You're not established. Like, go build up your fucking name.
Yeah, so Lovato said he is still pushing towards that title, but he'll fight anybody they put in front of him. He just wants to keep progressing through the ranks.
So, obviously, we'll get to the main event.
Was there one more fight?
There were 4 fights, and then the fifth. There was 5 fights. So,
Well, they threw that one card in, that one fight in, because there was
so much downtime.
there's so much downtime.
Oh my God.
I never understood that. That's how we first saw Neiman Gracie on that New York City card the same way. I guess these guys are on standby.
I think they're pre-recorded fights that they throw.
Ooh, no, that's possible. I didn't
that's
think about that.
I think they had already happened and they throw them back on because they had to have some dead air.
I didn't really look at the crowd to see if that was the case.
Yeah, exactly. I just, whatever website this is, I just found out Cody Garbrandt has a book out today.
Oh yeah, you didn't know about that?
I did not. I'll have to check
Yeah,
it
it's
out.
been on a little book tour.
I'm sure that's an interesting read.
It should be. So is that the whole card, undercard?
Yes, that was the whole undercard. I didn't do anything, note-taking nothing on the prelims.
I don't do Bellator prelims in general.
No, we don't touch that.
If they get bigger, we might start doing it. But for right now,
Yeah, we're not worth it. It's not worth our time, to be honest.
so the main event, Fedor and Frank Mir.
Yes. So, Frank Mir got dropped by a baby uppercut. So I don't know if it was a really big power punch.
That fight was like so chaotic.
Yeah. Oh, it was nuts. Like there was absolutely, like just wild. It was wild, man. Like there was no like any kind of substance to it.
You ever seen like 2 bumblebees fucking? Like that's what it looked like, man. It looked like 2 bumblebees just fucking.
I mean, it was
because they come together.
Dude, it was just
they come together real quick and hit a couple times, and then they squirm around and come together and
It was
hit a
just
couple times.
chaos.
It was that, and
I'm not sure method to the madness, you know.
There was no method. I wanted to see the fight go on a little
I
bit.
did too. Did
I
you think the stoppage was justified?
Yeah,
I did too.
yeah, he was out.
I mean, even if he wasn't out, he wasn't defending himself. He was just taking bombs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was.
Yeah.
That fight was over.
Oh yeah.
But
I don't think Frank Mir really had anything negative to say. Like, I don't
He
remember him
didn't.
getting really pissed off.
no, he wasn't mad about it. And I'm not sure if did Frank Mir drop Fedor at the first, or did Fedor slip?
I think Fedor slipped. I didn't see enough to where I would.
I mean, he had a shocked look on his face, but you would be
Yeah.
shocked if you slipped in the middle of that fucking chaos too.
Can we talk about how the chaos continued after the fight?
Well, I mean, hold on a minute. We'll get into that. But
That was awful.
when he got back up and they were, I guess they were kind of grappling there.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I hope this fight lasts. I
will be fucking.
I was thinking, I hope this fight settles out,
right.
Because I wanted to see if Frank Mir could get him to the ground and work that submission game. Wanted to see if Fedor had anything on the ground.
Yep.
We've seen Fedor fight twice in Bellator for a total of like under a minute.
45 seconds.
In 2 fights. So what do you want to talk about after the fight?
That after post fight interview was just a train wreck on so many levels.
Is it on
Big John?
Is it on Big John or is it on the interpreter? He was asking bad questions.
Yeah, stupid questions. And then the interpreter was like, "What the fuck are you saying?" She had no idea what he was saying.
That was one of the worst post fight interviews I've ever seen.
Awful. It was hard to watch.
And then the thing with Chael Sonnen.
Dude, I'm calling it like I see it. I know everybody, I guess, I don't know, like maybe people are corny when it comes to shit talking, but I think the Chael Sonnen's shit game talk is on a just elite low level. He's fucking
it's awful, dude. He's the corniest fucking dude.
Like, he's like a fucking like WWE fighter from like 1995.
He keeps it so clean.
So lame. So fucking lame.
I am going to fight you and hit you with my fist.
He said, I'm gonna try to remember what he said because it was so fucking awful. He's like, the only thing that's worse about coming to this town.
He does that every time.
Because I'm gonna put you away in less time or something. Just so fucking terrible. It pissed me off.
He's got that whiny voice.
I hate Chael Sonnen, man.
What do you think about Fedor versus Chael Sonnen, though?
I don't really think that we can take anything from the bumblebee fucking that we saw.
That and the double knockout with Mitrione.
I mean, we don't know what Fedor is yet. He's still a complete enigma to me because Frank Mir didn't take a really good punch. It wasn't impressive.
Hard to tell what he is right now because we're not seeing him.
And the Mitrione thing was a fluke. That was very fluke.
We know what Chael Sonnen is. He has no power. No, his stand-up game's pretty weak.
Yep.
He's going to try to take you to the ground and just run the clock out and hold control because he's probably not going to submit anyone. He's not going to end it with a ground and pound.
It's going to be a very boring fight unless Fedor ends it.
And I don't know what happens when Fedor gets to the ground. That's the most interesting part of that.
Yeah, we haven't really seen much of that, so we don't know what we're going to get.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll
Got
see.
a fucking savage dog inside the house walking around.
There must be somebody coming through the house.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But
So we basically, and even though it was not the greatest performance I've ever seen, Fedor wins our Savage of the night.
Just for being Fedor.
I mean,
I like Lovato.
I'd be okay with Lovato, but like I just made the decision that we'll give it to Fedor.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch the fights till Sunday. I was out camping, no service or anything. So.
I mean, honestly, you didn't miss much. I mean, I like that they ended like early. I like that there were a lot of finishes. But to be honest,
showcase. I think I watched the whole thing in an hour.
It just wasn't that impressive of a fight card to me, though.
It was fun, though.
It was fun, but like, not a lot of skill sets were presented because the fights ended so fast. You didn't really see a lot out of them.
I don't know. I think Lovato
showed up.
Sanchez showed us something.
Yeah.
Dylan Dennis showed what he's good at.
Yeah, he's a submission specialist.
Yeah, that's all we're talking
with Michael Chandler. I mean, good luck. All right, so do we want to leave this card and say bye-bye to 198?
What was the other fight? Hold on. We had Sanchez, Lovato, Dennis, Fedor.
We covered it.
I feel like there was another fight. Oh, Demon Gracie.
Okay.
Yeah, let's move on to the news.
All right, so this just happened. I think it was a couple hours ago. James Vick is fed up, like with the UFC right now. He's mad as shit.
That's one of our savages, James Vick.
He's very pissed off. He thinks that he's never been on a main card.
Has he not?
No, I think if he has, it was one time. Because I think he said something about he's 1 for 9 in the last like 10 fights on like cards that are substantial.
Okay.
He hasn't been given a good opponent yet. He's pissed off about it. He said, let me see if I can find the quote. He basically just called the shit a joke. Because like, here's Kevin Lee getting good fights, here's all these guys that he thinks he can handle, and he's just fed up with it.
How many-
He only has 2 more fights left on his UFC contract, and he actually said, hey, maybe I'll test the waters.
I wish he'd go to Bellator.
He'd be the star of Bellator if he did go.
He's in that same stacked division. The
Yeah.
problem is that division is so stacked,
that division.
and nobody wants to fight him.
No.
He said it in his last 2 or 3 post fights. Nobody wants to fight him. He can't
He's
get.
he's a matchup nightmare.
He is a matchup out there.
I mean, he's a tall, long dude that is just as capable of knocking you out as he is to submit you on the ground.
Yeah, his ground game is excellent, and he's just a pure boxer. He has such good motion and good
Nobody
footwork.
wants to fight him.
No,
And he thought out Gaethje too. Like he said, oh, how is Gaethje 1 and 2 in the last 3 fights, and yet he's getting better fights than me.
I mean it's true. And
There's
we
a lot of
know it's a
popularity.
popularity thing.
But I feel for James Fedor, man. I mean, he's been one of our guys for a long time. I really want to see him fight
Yeah,
somebody good.
I'd like to see him fight somebody good. Think of the fights he could have in Bellator. I mean,
Absolutely.
bring him over there. He could fight Michael Chandler. He could fuck Dylan Dennis up. He could
He could be on the Dennis demolished.
James Vick versus
The demolished Dennis tour.
versus Rory McDonald. Right, a good fight. Brent Primus if he ever steps back in there and actually wants to fight him.
2 fights. Vic said he didn't want to leave the UFC, but if they don't stop fucking around with him, I can see it happening.
He just needs to fight soon and get those 2 fights over.
Alright, so now we have Chiesa and Pettis rescheduled for 226, Steve card.
Ooh, what else is on that card?
Oh man.
I know we had that's the Holloway Ortega and the Dominic difference.
Oh,
Wow.
it's ridiculous. I can't
Wow, that's a stacked card, man.
Oh yeah.
We'll definitely be doing a live watch along companion video for
Oh
that.
yeah, we have to on that one.
We'll be going hard that night too. We'll be going hard.
Chiesa, Pettis. We were excited about it the first time, so I'm
I mean,
excited.
that's a really interesting fight because we don't know what Pettis has. He's not looked as good lately. Chiesa was on the upturn, right, and lost that fight to Kevin Lee. It's interesting, very interesting.
Exactly. So, alright. So now that the suspension is over, Chad Money Mendez wants to fight Frankie.
I love that fight.
Yeah, I would love to see it too.
I can't tell you how much I like that fight.
Yeah. I'm totally down with that one.
I love Chad Mendez.
Mm-hmm. Let's get it.
And
I want to see it.
he's used his time away very well. Have you seen any of the stuff he's been doing?
I just like how he handled himself.
He's
Like
got a whole guide company,
Yeah.
Fins and Feathers going. He's got like his own beef jerky now. He's doing hunting trips.
I just like that he actually took accountability.
Took accountability and said, I fucked up.
Yep.
I think he's one of those guys that took a non-verified thing, like a non-verified brand of protein or creatine or something.
He fucked up.
And without checking,
Didn't check
without
his
checking to
sources.
see if it was, had been verified, third-party verified. Yeah, I mean, if you're a fighter, you gotta do that. You can't go out and buy.
There's no excuse. You can't be buying muscle milk at fucking Kroger or some shit.
Yeah, you can't. I don't know. Muscle Milk's probably an approved brand, but it's
I don't know. I mean,
Muscle Milk has so much fucking sugar.
it's
in
all
it.
filler.
It's all sugar.
It's all filler. All that shit that you get in the grocery store or any kind of protein place, most of it's just filler.
A lot of it is. There's some decent brands out there, but that's for another time and place.
Yeah, we could talk about that for a long time. So Frankie, even though he won.
Yeah, he just beat Cus
So
Swanson.
he wants the winner of Holloway and Ortega. That's what he wants. I don't know.
Who else would? Yeah, I don't know why he shouldn't.
Yeah, so that's what he wants to fight.
The only problem with that is I think if
I'd rather see Mendez. I want to see Mendez and Frankie.
I don't know if you can give him Frankie right off the bat because Frankie's number 1, obviously.
True.
That's true though. I don't know if you can give Mendez Frankie Edgar. I'd like to see the fight. At the same time, I feel like there's a problem. Is that if Ortega wins, Ortega's going to push for Khabib fight instead.
Oh yeah. Ortega's already talked about it. He wants.
I know he's talked about it twice.
He wants
but
to fight Khabib.
Yeah,
Because he wants to end his streak, and I think he can.
because he's undefeated too.
Yeah. God, what a fight! What a fucking fight that would be.
I still think Ortega's going to crush Holloway, but
I mean,
I know you're going to be the plain devil's advocate on that one because Hall is your boy.
I might, but I love Ortega too, so it's gonna be tough. That's gonna be a really tough decision for me to make. That's like one of my like two of my favorite guys going toe to toe.
Like that OSP Tyson Fedor fight.
Sucks.
I hate that fight.
Yeah, I mean I love watching it, but
I love both those dudes. I hate those two dudes fighting.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that.
All right, so this is one that you're going to be discussing, Nico Montano.
Okay, so let's start off first with Nico Montano. They've been trying. She's the 125-pound champion from that season of Ultimate Fighter where they created the division like they did that year with Mighty Mouse.
Yes.
And she is supposed to be defending against Valentina Shevchenko.
God.
But they can't get her to commit to it.
Have mercy on her soul.
It's almost like she's pulling a Durand in me.
You don't want to fight her.
Why would you want to fight her?
I don't know.
I don't even know who Nico Montano is. I've
I
never
don't
seen her
know
fight.
who wants to fight Valentina.
I didn't watch any of
Who
that.
wants to fight Valentina Shevchenko?
She's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
She's gonna win that fight.
Yes. Of course.
It would
Like it's not even
like if she lost to Nico Montano, that would be to me as big.
catastrophic.
That would be as big of an upset as Holly Holm and Ronda Rousey.
Bigger. Bigger.
Yeah.
It's bigger. Yeah, man. There's no. Obviously, that's gonna be a beatdown.
That's like Matt Sarah beating GSP.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
come on, man. And then today, I'll let you talk about this because I didn't see the whole thing. What was the deal with Nico Montano and Ariel Helwani?
Apparently, Ariel Helwani tweeted something out that really pissed off Nico Montano. Let me find that because she said some choice things that were absolutely
Didn't
hilarious.
she respond something like he's got no balls or
No,
he's
something
half
like
sack or
Hold
something?
on, I'll find it because it's worth repeating. You know, we always like to repeat the quotes.
Well, I mean, I'm not ready yet, so I'm not really sure what went down.
I mean, I don't honestly think that Helwani did anything bad. Like, I was kind of looking into it.
He is kind of a giant pussy, though.
I mean, I'm not a fan. I'm never going to be. Don't
If
really
he
shit
did-
what anyone says.
If Ariel Helwani didn't have the connections that he has and was able to get the fighters that he gets, nobody would give a fuck about him. He has no value.
I'm just not a fan because I've listened to his show before and I think it sucks.
Well, in himself, he has no value. He's the questions he asks are fucking terrible.
So here's the deal. Montano said, I don't know exactly what Helwani did, but we'll just talk about Montano's response. She said, he's a huge waste of space. He's a Mr. Poor Excuse of Poor Man. She added that he sucked at his job, agreed, and said that he has balls the size of a baby rat, which is savage. That's savage. Nico Montano, you're a savage.
I don't have any disagreements with any of that.
I love all of that. I don't really know what her beef was, but I enjoy it.
While we're on Ariel Helwani, did you see Dylan Dennis today on Ariel Helwani?
Yeah, they were showing me.
So he jumped on there and he says it again that he made that card, took it on his back, and
Delusional
said
Dennis.
Michael Chandler and Ben Askren are calling him out, and they're doing it to get their name out there. He said those guys are basically nobodies, and they have no media game. Does just running your fucking mouth mean you have a media game?
Apparently, like all these, have you noticed like a trend? All these new MMA fighters just shit talk to get what they want. Like that's how, like ever since the McGregor era started.
Well, you know who Dylan Dennis is, don't you?
Who is he?
He's Conor McGregor's training partner.
Oh, so he's trying to be like Conor.
He's one of Conor's training partners.
That's trash.
Him, Gallagher, and Lobov are Conor's boys. That's his goon squad.
Oh, was he a part of that?
I don't know if he was in on it, but he's one of those guys with Gallagher and Lobov and McGregor.
Gallagher wasn't there either. Because they would have made a big deal about it if he was.
They would have. But, so he's one of those guys. So fuck all of Conor's boys.
Yeah.
I can't even like James Gallagher now.
Well, I'm not going to cheer for Gallagher if he fights our boy. You know, the Hungarian monster.
Oh, Adam Boric.
Boric. Yeah, like I'm not gonna cheer for him.
Dylan Dennis just needs to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, well, he needs to get some more wins. Like
Yeah.
fight again. Fight in like 2 weeks. You know, like get your fucking win column up.
And in case you hadn't noticed, Dylan Dennis, you called those guys out.
Yeah.
And they responded.
Yeah.
That you
like that's what they're supposed to do.
They responded and said you ain't shit. And now he's like,
what our boy Michael Chandler say? He's the most unathletic.
Yeah, I said
fighter ever.
Dylan Dennis is the most unathletic fighter in Bellator. I don't even know if Ben Askren responded. If I was Ben Askren, I wouldn't waste my time.
I don't think the Askren responded.
Yeah, the fight they're talking about for Askren is Rory McDonald, possibly. And that's
yes, absolutely, that's exciting. All right, the next thing we got on the list here. Nate Diaz, August 4th, 227, might return on the Cody TJ card. That's speculation.
Wow. Well, I wonder who they're going to match him up with. I even wonder what weight class he'll be fighting.
I don't know, but I mean, we're all about the Diaz brothers. They can fight anytime they want to.
That'd be interesting, man. I wonder when Nick Diaz is coming back too.
I think he's coming back soon also.
I know he's lifted from his suspension.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Nate, so we might get Nate Diaz on the
Cody or
TJ Dillashaw.
Let's do a little Nate Nick tag team fight against somebody. Let's start that shit up.
Have you ever seen that like 5-on-5?
Yeah, that's too much. We got to go like 2-on-2.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, this was you too, Nick Newell.
Oh, so Nick Newell, the one-armed fighter.
Oh yeah, okay.
He's getting a shot at UFC. He's going to be on Dana White's Contender Series.
That bullshit fight pass stuff.
Yeah, that Contender Series, the same thing that Greg Hardy's on. Going to be on. So yeah, but the one-armed guy's getting a shot.
I mean, one-armed guys, one-hand guys, they can do things too. Shout out to Shaquille Griffin.
Yeah, he got drafted.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll see. I would love to see him be a success.
Hey, more props to him if he can do it. That's going to be hard though.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how you defend yourself.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know how you defend yourself and be able to do any offense.
Yeah, I mean, but hey, we'll see.
I mean, surely he's a wrestler.
He could be a true savage. He's got to take people to the ground with speed.
Yeah, that's got to be his game. But yeah, so the one-armed guy finally gets a shot in UFC. People have been pushing for that for a while.
That's so cool. All right, so the next thing we have is Jose Aldo versus Jeremy Stevens in Canada.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
We called that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, when we were breaking down where it was.
Man.
After the Stevens.
Someone's getting put to sleep.
Was it Josh Emmett that he fought? After that, yeah, we were talking about, we both said that Emmett versus Aldo would be the fight to make.
Or Stevens.
I mean, Stevens versus Aldo.
Yeah, someone's getting put to sleep.
Second round, maybe.
Third round, possibly.
Awesome book and good job.
Is that going to be a 5-round fight?
Yes, the main event. I don't remember which. I think that's UFC on Fox also.
Looking forward to that one.
It's in Calgary.
And here's another potential fight. We have Eddie Alvarez and Poirier 2, possibly. Poirier wants it. I don't know about Eddie Alvarez.
Oh yeah, see Eddie Alvarez. This is the last fight on his UFC contract, and he's already been in Bellator.
Yeah, he has.
I've seen Alvarez say some stuff better lately, like he's only getting better with age. And
seems like it.
Seems like it. It does.
I mean, ever since that Conor McGregor fight, he's been amazing.
The only downside that I think we might run into is Eddie Alvarez may not want to fight that because he feels like he has already earned the Khabib fight.
True. Which, I guess he could make an argument.
He has an argument for it. But
so does Poirier.
So does Poirier.
So let him fight. We were discussing this a couple weeks ago. You actually said that they should
fight. That's what I said. Whoever wins that fight, there should be an eliminator, and whoever wins that fight gets Khabib.
Agreed. Alright, so the last piece of news we got Adesanya versus Brad Tavares in the Ultimate Fighter finale. Main event.
That's the night before the Steve ADC card.
It's on Friday.
Yeah, on FS1 or something.
Either that or Fox.
I hope Adesanya loses.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him get.
Do you think they're pushing him too hard?
Yeah, I think they think he's John Jones Jr., which he's not.
I do too. In that last fight, he didn't. I was very unimpressed by that last fight. I think a lot of people were.
He didn't do anything.
I mean, he won, but that's it.
I mean, yeah, he won, but like.
Brad Tavares in his last fight was really impressive.
God, that knockout?
He had that knockout. He dominated the fight up to. He was going to win anyway. And then he got the last round, last minute
knockout. Oh my lord.
It was an uppercut, vicious uppercut, I think.
Yeah. Put him to sleep.
We'll be pulling for Tavares. Is Tavares a New Zealander?
I don't know.
I think he is.
Look it up. I think he is.
Anyway, props to him.
Oh my god, that knockout was one of the best of the year.
We're going to be definitely pulling for Tavares.
I remember you and I were texting each other like, holy shit, where did that come from?
Well, I remember after that first Adesanya fight, we both thought he might be the real deal.
Tavares is from Hawaii.
Okay.
He's from Hawaii.
That flag threw me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know.
That's the Hall of Hawaii.
Yeah. He's one of those boys.
Alright,
so that's all we,
that's all the news, except one more news. They started adding some new fighters to the UFC 3-man.
Nice.
We've, our boy Platinum Mike Perry is on here.
Is the Platinum Princess going to be in it too? Is she ringside?
No, she's deleted.
Break your fucking leg. Delete.
She's been deleted.
Oh man, don't get me started on WWE shit.
Josh Emmett's on here now.
Uh-huh.
And, one more. Oh, Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
Paulo Costa. Giving some love to the Eraser.
Is Sanchez in it yet?
No, he's not on there yet. Tyson Pedro's not on it yet.
Yeah, but Pedro has to be on there.
Yeah, they got some work to do on there. But I guess that's it for this week. So
anything else?
That's it. You can check us out on YouTube.
Anything.
Our videos are on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can check us out on Twitter at Savage MMA Show. Send us a message if you're a new follower, and we'll give you a shout out on the.
Yeah, and if you're from another country,
on the next podcast.
Let us know where you're from.
Like, subscribe, tell all your friends. Give us a rating on iTunes or wherever you check us out at.
Mm-hmm.
That would help us out. You can follow me on Instagram at Savage_E_middle.
Mm-hmm.
Bart's going to have to give in eventually.
At some point.
Our audio podcast is available pretty much everywhere you can get a podcast at.
Still no Spotify though, right?
Still no Spotify.
It's not Spotify.
And then you can get us on our website at savagemmashow.wordpress.com.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that does it for this week. So no fights to break down for next week.
No.
We'll be back.
Now, next week, we get to go over the Raquel Pennington.
Yeah, we'll be back with news next week, and we'll have breakdowns of the UFC card coming up. So
Nunez and Pennington, right?
Nunez Pennington main event.
Yeah, we'll do Savage deep dive. All that.
Yeah, we'll do the Savage deep dive for the prelims, and we'll see you then. So till next week, stay savage.
Stay savage.